wait on other people to be what you've been called to be. You can't wait on their affirmation. You can't wait on their approval. You can't wait on their support. Sometimes you just got to run and look behind you and say, everybody who wants to run, run, but I can't stop running because you're not running with me. Listen to me, hear me. You can't stop chasing your dream just because somebody in your life won't chase it with you. You can't stop believing in yourself just because somebody in your life won't believe in you. You can't stop chasing the dreams of your life just because when you know when you do it, you're going to have to do it all by yourself.
Good morning, YouTube. It has been a while. I remember the last time I picked up the camera and vlogged. I was like really on the fence about jumping into a prep back in January, but we had our trip to Vietnam and we were gone for 3 weeks, and I like really wanted to be like present in this trip and like enjoy and get to like experience everything, including the food, and not have to stress about like doing cardio every day and finding a gym. And because like we've been to Thailand so many times that we know Thailand, we know where we're getting our food from when we go to Koh Phangan, and we like have our gyms we go to in Koh Phangan, but like Vietnam was so new to us that like I didn't know if we could find a gym every day. I didn't know like what the food situation was going to be like. So I'm really glad I wasn't in prep this trip, because I really got to like experience it, immerse myself. I got to try a lot of good Vietnamese food. And honestly, I didn't really train. Like, I think I trained like a total of 6 or 7 times in 3 weeks, which was honestly a really nice break for me, because the last 4 or 5 years right now, like that's when I transitioned to wellness back in 2021. It has been like, you know, I've been doing like 5 days a week of training and like 4 leg days. So it's been a lot of volume for me, and I feel like it was really nice just to like take that time off. And it's funny, I like for eating whatever I wanted, I was eating like treats and whatnot there, and I put on like 3 pounds, and then I like lost it when I got back. So it almost was like my body needed that break, and I think I got rid of a lot of inflammation that I had from training. But you know, once you start back into training like really heavy legs again, the inflammation comes back. So the scale has been kind of like up and down, but summer is right around the corner, and your girl ain't feeling too good about, you know, just my physique right now. Like I just know in my clothes that I'm like, I'm heavy and deep in my off season, and I want to like just feel a little bit better for summer. So I am going to be doing a 12-week cut here. And I'm doing 12 weeks because none of this like mini cut in and out, you know, 6 weeks, like my body is a slow responder and I need time, and I know that. So I told myself, okay, I'm going to do a 12-week cut. Then I'm going to also do a proper reverse after it. So my 12-week cut will take me to like mid-June. Then I'll probably do a reverse until, you know, July, August, maybe a little bit into September, like 10 to 12 week cut, reverse, almost as long as my cut was. And then I'm probably gonna, like, I want to see what I look like this summer once I'm like leaned out. And then that will depend if I'm doing a build, like another proper build phase and like a heavy push phase, or if I just am gonna try to like maintain what I have and kind of like keep it tight and hopefully, you know, then stay a little bit better body composition wise. Because this off season, my body composition is just like not what it normally is. I feel like I'm holding like most of my weight in my midsection. Normally it's like my arms in my midsection, but this year it just feels like straight my midsection. Like my arms aren't like the leanest they've been, but they're not like the chubbiest they've been. Like I don't have like tube arms or anything. But my midsection is just like not what I like. I'm just not loving it. So we'll see what I look like when I lean down. I am around 161 pounds right now. So that's what I have gotten to the past 2 off seasons. But I do feel like I have a lot more muscle, especially in my legs this time. Like even my hamstrings, like that was one of my biggest focuses this off season. And I think I did a really good job. Like I just feel like they are looking a lot more rounded. And even I saw, like I was going through my Google photos and I saw a video from me back in like 2023. Actually, when we were in Thailand one year and my husband was filming a video of me like walking through Bangkok, and then I could just like see in my hamstrings. I'm like, holy, like where were my hamstrings? Like I had good hamstrings always, but like they're just a little bit more popping now. So the biggest thing for me too was like my lower glute area is what I really needed to focus on. So the only way to be able to see what that's looking like is to lean down, because right now there's quite a bit of fat on it. So it's kind of hard to see. Like I do have tie-in, like a tie-in that shows when I'm like kind of bending over in specific lights and whatnot, but again, I won't truly be able to tell what it looks like until I'm lean. So yeah, I'll show you guys what I'm doing. I made myself a meal plan of meals I'd like that I would stick to, but man, I'm so like such a macro person that like, it's funny, it's been like not even a week into it, and like this week's sweet potato was on sale at the grocery store. So I'm like, ooh, maybe I'll switch out one of my rice meals for sweet potato, because I haven't had sweet potato in so long. And yeah, so I'm like, I'm just not a girl that sticks to like a plan. I like having macros. Like I'll stick to my calories, but I just like the versatility of macros. So I've been kind of switching up some of my meals, but I'll show you guys pretty much what I have been doing. And you guys saw in the start of this, my cream of rice, my meal one. That's like I've been loving that. And I was going to switch to oats, and then I did for a bit, but oats were giving me a little bit of like bloating. So I switched my oats to like my evening meal on my high days, like my last meal of the night. So then if I have some bloating, it's like whatever, I go to bed. But like in the morning, I didn't love it because it was like kind of heavy and didn't digest well. So that's why I like, okay, I went to cream and rice. And I was going to try to get away from like spending the big bucks on like the flavored cream of rice. Like the Elevate is so freaking good, but then I'm like, do I want to spend the money on it? But Supplement King is having a big sale this weekend, and they're on sale. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just load up now while they're on sale. I did also buy like just plain, I have brown rice flour and white rice flour. So you can also use that as an alternative, a cheaper alternative for cream of rice. It's like $5 a bag versus like $28 a bag. So, and yeah, in Canada, you guys, if you guys haven't heard about the inflation crisis, especially with food that's happening, like it is actually insane. So I'm just trying to be a bit more, because like I do the meals and grocery shopping for my husband and I. My husband is like a 220 pound, 6'2" guy. So he eats a fuck ton of food, and he works like a blue collar job that he's like constantly like, he's on tools all the time. So he is like, I am making him like 3 meals a day plus a snack plus a huge breakfast. So our grocery bill is like insane. So I'm, for me, I'm like, I don't even care if I'm not eating that many calories right now. With the price of groceries in Canada, I'm like, whatever, maybe it's better. Maybe I should be like everyone else and be taking the Ozempic and then not have to eat, because it seems like that is another topic that it's like everyone and their dog is on some type of GLP-1. And I did, ponder like going into a cut. I'm like, it would be so easy just to like, do like a GLP-1 and like not have to worry about it. But my biggest thing is I already have GI issues with like slower digestion. And sometimes I like deal with like constipation, and I'm like, I've heard a lot of complaints about GLP-1s because it also slows your digestion, like your digestion tract. Food sits in there longer, and I'm like, if I'm already feeling like uncomfortable, I feel like a GLP-1 is going to be worse for that and like make that whole situation uncomfortable. And I'm like, I just don't. I also worry about people who are like abusing GLP-1s, what's going to happen like when they come off. Like, is your satiety gonna be like not regulated, and then is your appetite gonna be through the roof? Like, that's kind of what comes across my mind. It's like, I don't want to use a crutch long term, and I feel like a GLP-1s are a crutch. And I understand like some people think they're like great for binge eating, but you know, as someone who has had binge eating tendencies in the past, like, the biggest thing, and it's might be a harsh truth, is like discipline and like just saying no. Like, for me, I know my body, like say at work, there's treats a lot. I work at a hair salon. If there is like donuts or cookies or treats, if I have one, I'll probably have 4. So I just like know myself, and I'm like, I can't have one or a bite because that's a trigger for me. So it's just like a discipline thing where I'm like, no, I'm not having that. So, you know, there's big debates about that. I've actually been watching like a lot of content. Jubilee did a thing about like pro Ozempic, anti Ozempic. I watched that, and it's just interesting because, like, again, right now we're in this Ozempic realm and this really like skinny realm where everyone wants to be like stick skinny, and like, you know, here us bodybuilders are trying to like put on as much size as we can, and like, oh, it's just funny. But you know, sometimes it does get to me, and I noticed it a lot this year, especially because this is my like 5th year working like in wellness, where I'm like, you know, well, I feel like the most I've looked every year, I get put on more muscle, and it is hard in the off season because I do feel like having that kind of muscle in your legs, like you need bigger pants, but then you're like, your waist isn't always as big, so it's like kind of a mind fuck because, you know, the more muscle you have, like everything's tighter, like your leggings are tighter, your jeans are tighter, everything's tighter, especially in the glutes and the thigh area. So sometimes I'm like, oh, it would be nice to be like a size 4 with skinny legs so I can wear a lot of things, but like I have to like look back and be like, that wasn't always my body type. Like, even when I was like a bikini competitor, I still had muscular legs and like quite muscular calves. But you know, it's just like that stick thin era, that osteoporosis era. It's really, you know, taking a toll on people. So yeah, anyways, I could yap about this for so long, and I'm gonna be yapping more at the end of this vlog anyways, because I'm gonna talk about the Arnold's. So yeah, I'll show you guys what I'm eating, and then we'll have a little Arnold's chit chat, so stay tuned. I can show you, maybe I'll insert. So my breakfast is my 1 scoop of cream of rice. I have my protein sludge, so like my protein icing on top, and then my tablespoon of peanut butter. My low days is just 2 eggs and egg whites. So that's then back to my high day, or I guess the low day, the only thing changes is my meal 1. I made it really freaking easy. Meal 2, I actually have them all right here because I just prepped some stuff. So meal 2 is 100 grams of basmati, 100 grams of chicken breast, and broccoli. I'm gonna have my lunch here packed. And then my meal 3 is 100 grams basmati, 120 grams of extra lean ground chicken, and green beans. And this I have with mustard. Put the lid on this guy. I have all my stuff packed for lunch right now because I'm going to work. So like I said, I have it all prepped and packed. Gotta have this. This is just like a limited flavor they came out with. It's okay. Kind of just tastes like cherry Coke. Doesn't really taste like a float to me, but whatever. Got a case, so I will drink it. I had a little bit extra strawberries, so that's that chicken meal. And then on my, I think I showed you guys this last prep, on my chicken and rice, I always put nutritional yeast with my Melinda's black truffle. That is a prep staple. Obviously I'm not prepping, but this is just, I gotta have it with my meals. So that is on my chicken and rice. And then on my ground chicken meal, I season my ground chicken with poultry seasoning, and then I just have this sweet onion. And you know what I did? Because it's like, was kind of getting low and it's like super thick. I put pickle juice in this to dilute it to make it a bit more runnier. So it's kind of nice. It's like a pickle onion mustard, which is kind of nice. Honestly, I'm even going to add a bit more pickle juice, I think, because it's not even runny enough. I like it more runny. But yeah, those are like, that's my meal 2, meal 3. And then I'll show you guys tonight, because when I come home, I will make myself my evening salad. And I'll show you guys just because it's actually like a very pretty looking salad. And it's probably one of my favorites meals, I'd say, in this one. Like, it's the carbless one, but it's like, yeah, I would say it's my favorite meal. And then I will show you my evening dessert. So also, since getting back from Vietnam, I got like really sick, like a cold sick that lasted like, I want to say like 17 days. It's still almost at like the 20-day mark, and it's like still kind of lingering. I have a bit of a cough sometimes. So yeah, I am taking like a lot of vitamins here, especially D3, a lot of D3, milk thistle, some B complex, K2 to go with my D3, magnesium biglycinate. I got some berberine, and then I got vitamin C here. So, oops, I just dropped one of my D's. So yeah, like it's a good amount of vitamins, but like it's been actually like now a full week of me taking these, and I have been feeling a lot better, like energy wise and everything. So I'm going to try to keep on this roll. I am like not one that I can take vitamins like on a regular basis. So I'm like, I'm just going to try and hope that I can keep this up throughout prep, especially because like I said, I live pretty far up north and it's still fucking like middle of winter, gloomy, like so much snow. So I definitely need to be up on the D3. I do tan in a tanning bed too, like once or twice a week. So like I get a little bit of vitamin D probably through there, but you know, I still got to get extra vitamin D. So yeah. So this is my big salad dinner I was talking about. So it's just 100 grams of chicken, but like in my salad I have like shredded lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, black olives, banana peppers, avocado, 40 grams of avocado, and then like salt and pepper, garlic seasoning. And it's, oh my God, it is like my absolute favorite. It's so good. Oh, and cucumber. I think I said cucumber, but yeah. Get your nose out of here. Freaking guy. And I brought that cherry Coke one today, but I didn't drink it. I'm like, I want to have this Pepsi cream soda. I've had it before. It's pretty good. It's not bad. It does taste like cream soda, but like this is just going to be like my evening. I'm going to sit and watch my TV show. I think my mic is on. Hi guys. You guys saw already, I think I introed this video. And yeah, we're just going to talk a little bit about the Arnolds and Arnold's recap and what we saw. And are we going to see a change this year in the wellness division or whatnot? So Hayane, I don't even know. It's not Rayan or Rayani. It's Hayane, I think. It's pronounced with an H. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do not speak Portuguese. But anyways, she won the Arnold, and it was between her and Elisa. And Elisa was third or second? Third? Yeah, I think she was third this year at the Olympia. So kind of a close toss-up. I thought it would be between like those two and Valerica around there. I didn't expect Alexis to be in top 3. She kind of surprised everyone this year. So yeah, it was just definitely, the Arnold is always like a different bag than the Olympia. I feel like it's kind of like, you know, it's one of those wild cards, like anyone could win. The last few years, you know, we've seen like Eduarda won, and then Isa won, Cass won one year. And I feel like, you know, sometimes that isn't always a reflection of what they want to see. It's just the best who stepped on stage that year. And I do think that like Hayani was like the best looking that day. I actually thought like going in, I predicted Alicia to win, but she wasn't as conditioned and she wasn't as tight from behind. But I prefer Alicia's back pose. It just flows better. To me, it looks more like Francielli's back pose. So I just prefer that look where Hayani, I don't love her midsection. She has a very developed midsection, but like she's worked really hard to like make her ratios like they look amazing. This is the best she's ever looked. Like her shape looks really good, but to me, just on some wellness girls, I don't prefer that like blockier, heavier, like abbed looked, which, you know, some of the girls do come on stage looking like that. Like Giselle also, I find, has really great shape, but she just has a really defined midsection, and preferably I like the looks of more of like a flat, narrow, really small, tight waist midsection, like Isa, Franciele, Eduarda, like those type of midsections is what I like to see. Prefer aesthetically, I just love the look of that. And I do love like the feminine wellness look where it's like tiny waist and big glutes and legs. So that's just preferably what I look. And like we saw a mix of people on the stage, like I said, Alexis, I also do find she has quite a strong core, but she has, like I said, made major improvements, especially to her glutes, like where, like she looked crazy. And for being like, she's bow-legged and pigeon-toed, I believed, like she has worked really hard on her posing. She's also a posing coach, and I just feel like she has worked really well on like perfecting her posing. And I'm trying to think if there was any like upsets. I think a lot of people had high hopes for like Marissa. And I don't even know, like, I actually don't think besides the top call out, I think top 6 I saw, which, cause what was it was, Hariane, Alisa, Alexis, Val, Rayeli, is that her name? The other Brazilian, and then Giselle and Danae, I think were in that top. So I don't know exactly where out of it, but like, I just do feel like in wellness, like you have to have that like solid back pose. And like I said, Hayane had the conditioning, so she was a tad harder than Alisa, but they picked her over Alisa. So, and then Tyler already did his recap, and he did say that he thought her conditioning was better and whatnot. So, I think it's going to change the standard? No, because if Eduarda keeps getting on stage, I feel like she will win hands down every time, just because, like I said, and Isa too, like Isa again has a very competitive, strong shape between the two of them. And I believe Franciele is making a comeback this year. And I'm hoping she's getting on stage. I don't think she's confirmed it yet. I think Isa has already said she is, because I know she just had a rhinoplasty done, so she was off for the Arnolds. That's why she didn't compete. But I believe like they're all coming back, and like when you look at it, like, you know, maybe I think Eduarda could beat Franciele now, but Franciele's shape and structure is just like everything, where like it's really hard to compare. But I do feel like next to Franciele, Eduarda is the one that looks the closest to her. And then like Isa would be, I think, in third in my mix, just because like, again, like no one compares to Franciele's shape and structure. It's just like on another level. Like her waist to glutes ratio is just like insane. So like to me, like I prefer that look, and I love how like all 3 of those girls don't have a crazy huge upper body, where I do think in wellness we're still seeing some girls, especially the girls who came down from figure, like Cass, for example. She came down from figure, and I still feel like when I look at her physique, it doesn't scream lower body dominance. It does look a bit more balanced to me. And same with Marissa. I do feel like Marissa has very wide clavicles. And when you see her front pose, she looks very balanced. And her posing, like it flowed good with her, but to me, it made her look more balanced than anything, because she posed a lot with almost like a lat flare and a lot of motions where she had her hand like this, which accentuates the upper body. So I do feel like if you are like have a stronger upper body, you will have to like pose down your upper body, and you should probably be covering your shoulders with your hair, which some, like, you see some girls do it, but then other girls, it's like, man, just put that hair there and don't like. I watched, I forget when it was, but I remember watching a posing video, and they said like, if you already even have like a wide set back, have good lats, have wide shoulders, wide clavicles, do not pose up that. You just want to stay neutral in that position. So like, not that I have a huge back, because it's not really an overly developed back, but I do have a wide set body frame. I have a very like just naturally, if you saw me from behind, like I feel like I do have a wide. So like I don't do any lat flare, any opening of my lat in any poses, just because again, in wellness you want to accentuate that lower body dominance. So yeah, that was what happened with the Arnold. Obviously, everyone watches Arnold's and they just get like this like extra oomph and like kick in the ass where it's like, yeah, show season has finally began, and I feel like I definitely have a little bit of FOMO this year. There's a lot of girls prepping for Toronto Pro Qualifier, and I'm just like it would be just so nice to jump in, but like I'm way too behind now. I had just kind of compared a photo of me from like when I started prep in 2025, like January 2025, I was around 160 when I started prep, and then now I'm about 160. So like my shoulders look actually quite more filled out, which I'm surprised. Haven't really I've trained shoulders once a week, very laxed, like 5-pound lateral raises this last year. I have not put any effort into my shoulders, but they look pretty good. But my midsection is holding a lot of body fat compared to what it normally does. And like measurement wise, like in the off season, I've had some off seasons I've got up to 29 inches in my waist, which is pretty big. Right now I'm like 27 and a half, 28, depending on like how bloated I am and if I've gone to the bathroom. But I'm about 27 and a half right now. And it's just kind of like, I just feel icky in my midsection. I usually have like kind of abs showing in my upper, especially like if I'm wearing like a crop top, but like the fat distribution has been a little bit different this off season. So that's been a bit different to navigate. But my legs, on the other hand, like I don't feel like I'm holding a lot in my hamstrings, in my quads. I am definitely holding weight in my glutes, like all women, but it's just like a different body composition this year. So as like I said, I'm starting my cut for summer, and we'll kind of see what I'm working with underneath, and then that will kind of determine whether I have to go into like a growth phase, so I'm thinking like cut till June, reverse till September, and then September, October, November, December, January, do a growth phase. And then if I'm in a good body composition, I won't have to do like a 22, 23 week prep. I could jump in at around 16 weeks out, which is, I think would be February. Yeah, which would be around February 2027. Oh my God, 2027, that's crazy to think that I started competing in 2019 and it's 2027. So yeah, starting this cut a bit more aggressively because I've kind of been half-assed with getting my calories up this year, and I was yo-yoing between like maintenance and cut. So I feel like that kind of shot me in the foot this year with my calories. So right now we are doing a cut that has high days of 1,600 and low days of 1,400, which averages out to about 1,550 on average a week. But I am only doing 20 minutes of cardio. Starting off with 20 minutes, I'm just going to see how my body reacts to this. I want to give it a good 3 weeks on this, and we'll see. And then if I have to up cardio, I don't mind upping cardio to half an hour, like 5 days a week, but I'm not going to be doing like prep style cardio where I'm doing like 45 minutes on the Stairmaster, just because like this is not a prep cut. This is just like a clean up cut where I'm like, I want to feel good for summer. And like I said, I want to be around 150, maybe 145 to 150. So anywhere in that range. So about like 12 to 15 pounds off is my goal. So hopefully see what my body's shaping up like. I'm hoping that the stomach bloat and inflammation will go down first, and I can see a little bit more shape, because right now you're not seeing anything, especially in that front pose. So yeah. So I thank you if you made it this far through this really chatty vlog, and I will see you in my next one. Thank you. Bye.